Today, I want to talk about children's stimulus checks, a new bill to reform unemployment benefits, a new bill to increase minimum wage, and where we're at with the fourth potential stimulus check, as well as the infrastructure spending bill. Hello, and welcome to today's April 16th daily news report, as well as stimulus check information video. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now. All right, now today's going to be a little bit of a longer video because there's a lot to go through. In fact, I cut half of it out and just to give you guys the very best highlights of what's going on. I wanted to let my community know that today starts the new giveaway that my wife and I are doing. We're going to give away 12 of these amazing hats to the community, and 6 of them are going to show up with $300 each as a way of saying thank you for being in our community. Over $2,000 in prizes. I'll make sure to leave a link below. I also want to thank today's video sponsor, Fubo TV. They're an amazing company, and I'll tell you more about them later in this video. All right, now regarding the monthly stimulus check for children, this program is set to begin in July. However, I'm now hearing that instead of paying month to month, the IRS might do a July payment, an October payment, and a December payment, and then pay the other half of the money with your 2021 tax return. The IRS is saying that they might not be able to do month to month as they're already operating on limited staff. I just want to point out that the children's stimulus check part of the stimulus package, it's already signed into law. So we're not waiting on, is this going to happen or not going to happen? If you have children, you're already guaranteed to get that $3,000 to $3,600. Now it's just a matter of how the IRS is going to roll that out. More details to come on that. Now, several Republican leaders are now drafting their own version of the infrastructure bill for President Biden. And President Biden has said that he wants to unify the country and pass a bipartisan bill. So Republicans are taking him up on the offer and drafting their own bill. The new bill would focus on physical infrastructure like roads, bridges, and airports. It would cost around $800 billion, which is far less than President Biden wants, but nearly 100% of that $800 billion would actually go to infrastructure. However, Senator Bernie Sanders says we need to look at social infrastructure as well. Things like taking care of those that are aging, issues like dental, vision, and hearing aids. Sanders also wants to focus on the government financially helping more people. Sanders also wants to subsidize childcare, free community college, monthly money for people with children, student loan forgiveness, lowered medication costs, and more tax credits for the American people. However, Sanders is getting a lot of pushback from people in his own party as well as Republicans saying the government promising to do everything for people financially is socialism. So there's got to be this blend of how much the government should be involved and how much they need to let people figure out their own situation. I think this is why it's important to find common ground on these bills. Republicans are obviously going to have to come up, and their hope is that Democrats will come down off that $4 trillion number. Now, I didn't realize how many people are carrying student loan debt and how large their monthly payments are. So I appreciate everybody letting me know in the community. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know. Also, there are a lot of industries right now that are being protected by government or subsidized by the American taxpayer. But then these companies don't turn around and give discounted prices or better prices to the American people. For example, this is one reason why certain medications are so expensive here in the United States. So there's got to be some changes that happen, and I'm hoping that an honest, open dialogue can happen in Washington, D.C. around these important issues that take money away from the American people. Now, I have a lot more to tell you about Washington, D.C., money, and the fourth stimulus check, but let me first introduce you to today's video sponsor. I want to thank today's video sponsor, Fubo TV. Did you know that over 80 million Americans believe they pay way too much for cable TV? Well, today I want to show my community not only how to save money by cutting your bill in half, but also how to get all your favorite shows and sports channels. Fubo TV comes with over 100 of your favorite TV channels. Channels like HGTV, Disney, ESPN, Newsmax, BET, and much more. Plus, with Fubo TV, you get to record your favorite shows, so no more missing out on that sports game or your favorite show. Lastly, Fubo TV costs about half as much as cable providers, and you don't have to rent one of those annoying cable boxes. Fubo TV is going to give my community a risk-free trial so that you can try it before you buy it. It only takes about 2 minutes to sign up, and you'll get 15% off your first month. Go to FuboTV.com/Gardner, and to make it easy, I'll make sure to leave a link below. Fubo TV really is a great company, and they will save you about half on your cable bill. And with basketball and baseball season going on right now, you do not want to miss your favorite sports teams. I know that the Utah Jazz are having a great year. All right, now back into the news. Senator Ron Wyden plans to introduce a bill to require states to offer 26 weeks of state unemployment versus the 13 weeks as it stands right now. The new bill would also include self-employed people and gig workers. Lastly, Senator Wyden believes college graduates who can't find a job should be able to get unemployment benefits. That's never been done before. My guess is that this bill will get traction, but will struggle to pass. Barring an event like the COVID lockdown, gig workers and self-employed usually don't get unemployment just because their business isn't working out. And I know that there will be people in Congress that will push back saying, hey, it's not the government's job to subsidize your small business not working out, except for in the event that they've shut down the economy, right? So more will be coming out about that bill on lengthening unemployment and expanding who is able to get unemployment. Now, speaking of working together, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer is planning to put forward a $30 billion infrastructure bill to upgrade the water system throughout the United States. He wants to get a small but important piece of the infrastructure bill already going, but has admitted that this is also a test to see how his Republican counterparts will react and how they will work with him on a small infrastructure piece of the bigger infrastructure bill. Now, the biggest hurdle in the last 6 months to getting things done when it comes to stimulus or infrastructure has actually been Senator Joe Manchin. Just this week, he had a change of heart. He said he is still against raising corporate tax rates to 28%, but said he would rather do that and pay for the $4 trillion spending bill than to do nothing. Senator Manchin's two biggest worries have been taking on too much debt as a nation and having an uncompetitive tax rate in the corporate world on a global scale. However, he said that Republicans only wanting to spend $800 billion is too low and that we need to go bigger than that. At $800 billion, there is zero chance of doing more stimulus to help the people. It also does not cover any of the social infrastructure that the Biden administration wants to see. The more progressive side of the Democratic Party will never go for a bill this low, and certainly won't go for a bill that doesn't have some form of assistance for the American people. It's the progressives in the Democratic Party that are most pushing for the fourth stimulus check of $2,000 down and $1,000 a month. People like Ilhan Omar of Minnesota are the ones mostly pushing for this, as well as some senators over in the Senate. My best guess is if they are able to do a fourth stimulus check in one of the two Biden packages, it will be a one-time deal, maybe that $2,000, but I don't know that $1,000 a month will make it past the Senate because they will say it's just too much money, too much recurring stimulus to the people. At that point, they might as well look into universal basic income, okay? These are things that I can already hear them saying, but I could see them doing a one-time targeted stimulus bill of anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000 a month. So more will need to come out about that, but it is still being talked about, and the Democrats are not backing off of this $2 trillion package, right? That price point. So maybe Republicans are putting up 800 so that they can find a middle ground of 1.6 trillion or something. I don't know. Again, more will come out about that. Now, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said yesterday that she supports President Biden doing a 180-day commission to review the Supreme Court and the number of justices that should be on the Supreme Court bench. However, she said she has no plans of bringing a bill to the floor that discusses packing the courts. There are other things to worry about right now. So she's not saying she won't bring one in the future. She's just not wanting to do it right now. By the way, I just want to say thank you guys so much for giving these videos a like. It helps me on YouTube. And I just love bringing you guys the news. So I hope you guys like it as well. All right, now increasing minimum wage is back on the table in Washington, D.C. However, this time it is being approached on a bipartisan basis. Senator Mitt Romney of Utah and Senator Kristen Sinema of Arizona want to see minimum wage increased. After speaking with many businesses around the country, it was believed that the $15 minimum wage would hurt too many small businesses, especially in areas that are less populated. Places like California, New York, New Jersey, they already have a higher than $7 minimum wage. It's part of the country that's the smaller towns that they're mostly worried about. Also, the Senate parliamentarian ruled that it could not be part of the stimulus package when Senator Schumer asked for it. Senators Romney and Sinema want to see the minimum wage immediately raised to $11 per hour, which would be a nice boost compared to where it's at right now, which I believe is around $7.25. That hasn't been increased for 12 years. So it is time to look at raising that. But is $11 the common ground between the two political parties? Okay. Now, what they want to do is $11 an hour and then base any future increase on inflation and not legislation. So we'll see where that goes. More will be coming out about that story. Now, regarding the border crisis or the border situation, the federal government is now spending $60 million a week to take care of the children that are being dropped off at the Mexico-U.S. border. Sadly, these children are living on top of each other. It's incredibly hard to maintain their hygiene. There's absolutely no social distance happening. And sadly, there are now many, many reports of sexual abuse happening in these children camps. So something definitely has to be done. California is looking at taking in some of these children, but this is expected to double over the next 30 to 60 days as more and more families push their children to the border. After World War II, the United States saw a massive spike in new babies. This led to the baby boomer generation. However, a new study shows that during the COVID lockdown, fewer babies were born and more divorces actually happened. So we are not seeing a baby boomer situation coming out of the COVID lockdown. Now, the ship Ever Given that blocked the Suez Canal has been seized by the Egyptian government. They are demanding $916 million in compensation for blocking the Suez Canal for an entire week. Yikes! That's an expensive plumbing bill. All right, this is my update for today. As I know more, I will definitely come on and share more. Make sure to check out that link for the newest giveaway that we're doing. And hey, check out Fubo TV. They're amazing. You get access to all your favorite channels, and they'll cut your cable bill in half. As I let you go, I just wish to remind you that you are amazing. I really appreciate you being in my community. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the next video.